Hello everyone, this is Trebus with SC2 Noob School, and today I've got a strategy video for you guys. This is going to be a Protoss versus Zerg strategy, and this was taken from MLG Anaheim. This is our Protoss player here. We have LiquidHero, a relatively recent addition to the team Liquid, and on the bottom as Zerg we have Gu. You can see his tag is Complexity MVP. There's some kind of partnership going on there where Complexity is helping Gu get to foreign events in return for playing for them. So anyway, really awesome to see all these Koreans coming to the foreigner events. But let's get to this strategy. This is going to be a fake expand into a 4-gate. And this is a, by the way, the opening build here is just the absolute standard Protoss Opener. So I'm not even going to bother explaining that. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit more about the build. This was a build that I think the world first saw from MC in one of the GSLs. I don't remember exactly who he was playing against. But the gist of the build is that you're going to do something that looks like a standard Sentry expand. At the bottom of your ramp, you're going to have when the Zerg pokes up, he's going to see a Zealot, a couple Sentries, and then you're going to go make the Nexus. You're going to make a little pylon right here, make everything look like you're expanding, but in the back you've got 4 gateways down here, and when that Nexus is about to finish, you're going to cancel it and then use all that money to build a bunch of units and hopefully catch the Zerg off guard. Now this is the kind of build that only works if the Zerg player is actually going to properly respond to it. If they're going to be, well, I guess by that I mean properly respond as in go for a macro game, because they can all in you at certain points and it would be pretty deadly, but if they are going to just see that you're expanding early and choose to make a lot of drones, then this build will be really effective. So let's go ahead and get into the build. Everything's standard, 13, 14 assimilator, cybernetics core around 17, and then right after that cybernetics core get your second assimilator up. And then just get your first Zealot just to create this little wall in right here. As far as scouting that Hero has done, all he's seen is that it's going to be a speedling expand. He sees the drones taking off gas, he sees the speed researching, so he knows exactly what this is. No big deal at all. You can see he's used, I believe, 2 chrono boosts on his probes so far, and then he's using his next 2 to get that stalker out real quick, and then another one just to get the cybernetics core out. The next thing we're going to be looking for is around 28 supply or so. We're going to be cutting drone production, or probe production, right at 23 probes. And then we're going to put down our 3 more gateways to create our 4-gate, and continue to just pump sentries out of this first gateway. Sometimes this is a stalker, sometimes this is a sentry. I don't think the Zerg can really get a lot of information from that. So here we go, around 29 supply, putting down 2 gateways. He's cutting probe production until he can get that 3rd gateway up, or 4th gateway I guess. You can see he thinks about making it right there, but actually it's a smart thing to separate your gateways just in case this overlord, or maybe if there's an overlord down here, decides to suicide in. They can't see all of the gateways. Hopefully they can only see a couple of them. So at this point we're continuing to just let our warp gate finish. We're getting our 2nd sentry out of here, and we're starting to build up money. This is the point where, you know, we're only spending money on these really cheap sentries, so we're going to be able to expand soon. By cheap sentries I mean mineral cheap sentries. Now here's the timing that you should be looking for. Right around, this is just a good benchmark to know if you're doing this build correctly or not. Right around the time that your warp gate is finishing, I believe he put 2 chrono boosts on this warp gate, one at the start and one at the end. Right around the time that is finishing, these 2 gateways should be done. Realistically, that gateway should be close to done as well, and you should be putting down your Nexus all at the same time. So all of these things are lining up almost exactly at the 6-minute mark. So if you're trying to do this yourself, judge it by looking at this 6-minute mark. So here we go, right at 400, it's putting down the Nexus. From the Zerg's point of view, everything looks completely normal. He's just getting sentries out of his gateways, and this is the point where you actually have to be a little careful. You have the ability. Let's look where we are right now. We have a ton of gas. We have 444 gas built up right now, and we have 4 warp gates that are all about to be on cooldown. Do not warp in 4 units at a time. If the Zerg pokes in with a Zergling and he sees 4 units warping in, well, then he knows you have 4 gateways, and there's going to be a 4 gate coming his way, so he's going to properly defend. Looking back at the Zerg's base, you see he's got these 11 Zerglings. Most of those were made just off of his Speedling expand that he did. And then he's just kind of macroing up. He's getting an evolution chamber, he's getting a bunch of drones, getting some queens out, spreading some creep. He's not looking to do really any damage right now because he sees the expansion. But once these 4 gateways are up, we are going to have to start dumping this gas a little bit. We're going to be just warping in sentries at the start, just because we have the gas and not a whole lot of minerals. So just warp in some sentries. This little attack, something like this may happen to you. You may have to excuse me, use your sentries to defend, but all of this is pretty typical with going for a sentry expand, where you pretty much put your nexus out there before you can fully 100% defend it, and you realize, you know, you may take some Zergling attacks there. So here we go. We're still dumping gas. We still have gas. We're able to warp in 3 sentries, 4 sentries right now, and now we're out of gas. And this is also another good time to be looking at your timings of everything. Also notice he's throwing down some chrono boosts on here because he's about to have a lot of money from this canceled nexus, so he needs all his warp gates to be on cooldown. So once again, look around. Let's look around this 750 mark, 740, 750. Nexus is about to finish. Boom, you cancel it. Excuse me, I've been a little bit sick lately. So here we go. Got 700 minerals, 100 gas. Once we have this, we're going to just be warping in Stalkers if we can, and then Zealots with the rest of our money. So here we go. 3 Stalkers. Wall in your ramp because a Zergling run by can absolutely ruin your day. And here is when the push is coming. Right now, Dongregu knows what's happening now. He saw 4 things warp in, I think, maybe, and he is desperately trying to throw down spine crawlers and get some Zerglings up. But, little hint, it's not going to work. This is the part where Micro takes over. In this 4 gate, it's going to be a lot more, a typical, you know, fastest possible 4 gate. It's going to come around, you know, several minutes before this. And it's going to rely more on Zealot and Stalker Micro. This one has a whole lot more to do with sentries. Luckily, with proper force fielding, sentries are quite good against Zerglings. And even Riches sometimes. So you can see Dongregu trying to take down these pylons. Hero's being smart about getting multiple pylons up. And at this point, he's going to lose his expansion. He's even in a relatively good position to defend this, having not gone for a quick third at either base. He actually got his macro hatch in his main base, and so he's going to be able to produce more Zerglings than a Zerg typically would be able to. But it's just simply not going to be enough. These are too many units for an unprepared Zerg to handle, and Dongregu is going to win this game. Also, you should be chrono boosting your warp gates while this is going on. No reason not to. You're not going to expand out of this. This is totally all in. But yeah, here we go. Going in for his final battle. Going to try to send in these drones and make something magical happen. But the sentries are force fielding the ramp, and this game is going to be over. So there you have it. The fake Sentry expand into a 4 gate created by MC originally and adopted by Protoss heroes like LiquidHero. And you can do it as well. Just follow along with this guide. Remember those couple timings that we talked about, 6 minutes and whenever the second one was. My throat is killing me, so I'm gonna go now. Thank you for watching. Good luck with this strategy. Let me know how it goes in the comments. GG!